What are the reasons? Either by the government mandating that discrimination, or either the customers want that. So if you blame the company that company is discriminating, then you are not educated. It's because customer want this discrimination, or if there is a law which discriminate the employees with the different salaries. Let's see that. What if customer prefers female waitress over male waiters? Can employer eliminate this kind of biasness? Answer is no. Then employer have to hire female waiters and pay them higher salary because customer want them that they serve the dishes rather than the male waiters serve them. Similarly, the nurses in medical industry, customer want female nurses. Then male nurses, the hospitals, the private hospitals, they don't demand the male nurses. Male nurses' salaries are low. So who is mandating this kind of discrimination? Employer? No, customer want that. So if customer want that, because customer is paying for the services and customer is essential to maintain the profits, so company will discriminate. But the reason is that customer mandates or customer prefer this kind of discrimination. So if customer have discriminatory preferences, the competitive market is consistent with discriminatory wages differential. So this happens when customers are willing to pay to maintain discriminatory practices, right? What about the government policies? If government mandates that, if government maintain the law that only female workers are allowed in restaurants who can wash the dishes, no male worker can work in the dishing area or in laundering area or in medical nurses area, then employers are forced to hire female workers rather than male workers. And when businesses demand female, demand increase, their salary increase. So male workers are paid less is because of the employer? No, because of the government policies, right? So when the government mandates the discriminatory practices or requires firm to discriminate, this may also lead to discriminatory wage differential. So we talk about the competitive market. So in competitive markets, if governments promote competitive markets, then it is a natural remedy for employer discrimination. So that's why you heard this kind of words in public speeches, political speeches, in news, in business news, in news channels. In order to be competitive, we need to have a competitive market. Why? Because competitive market is desirable by the society. So and also competitive market is a natural remedy for employer discrimination, but it's not the remedy for discrimination preferred by customer and government. So the entry into a market or firms that care about profits, they will not eliminate, so they will not discriminate on the basis of wages because they want to remain profitable in competitive market and want to survive. So the wage differential persists when customers are willing to pay to maintain the discriminatory differential, or when governments mandate it. Right? So what we have discussed, we see discrimination. Yes. Then what are the reasons? Who is the reason for discrimination? Customer and the government. Employer can be? No. But in which market? Competitive market. If there is other markets, oligopoly, monopoly, monopolistic competition, then employer can engage in kind of discriminating practices, but that yet to be researched. So answer this question. Now here comes concept checkers regarding discrimination. So let me read the question. You pick the answer. Suppose that an employer hires workers with blue eyes and workers with brown eyes. Each type of workers has the same productivity. Which of the following is correct if the employer discriminates by offering blue-eyed workers lower wages than brown-eyed workers? So we need to find out discrimination. So find out which practice is discriminatory practice.
I would say B.
Gustavo, Amar.
I'm here.
Yeah,
B
me too,
also.
B.
Let's see that.
Because like C, and D,
Exactly. The employer will not immediately, not tomorrow he will be bankrupted, okay? A is not the answer because it's a fair practice. Oh, sorry. The employer will be just as efficient as non-discriminating employers. Okay, yes, B, because he will face higher cost than the firms who focuses only on maximizing profit. Right? So discriminating employees. Okay. Here we go. Now, business owners who care about making money are
D.
quite simple, right? D.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now, answer this question. Which of these instances would constitute labor market discrimination? So, Annette receives a higher wage than Justin. So, Annette and Justin are identical in all of their market labor characteristics except everything is equal, and we need to find out discrimination. Find out.
It's B.
B also.
Yes.
Well done. Good. How about this? Joe is a white 23 years old male and Mike is a black 23 years old male. Okay. So their age are same, okay? One is black, one is white. So they graduated from the same college in the same year with the same GPA. Wow. Joe and Mike both got jobs at a brokerage firm after graduating from college. Both, they both work equally hard. Joe earns 38,000. Mike earns 30,000. Right? Mike earns 30,000 because Mike is black. Joe is white. He's earning 38,000. So select the best explanation of this wage difference.
D.
So who is being discriminated? Mike or Joe?
Mike.
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 Well done.
My
So people, students got confused. Joe is being discriminated or Mike? So Mike, who is being paid less, the person who get less salary, he is being discriminated. Now answer this question, true, false. Profit maximizing competitive firms will not discriminate in hiring the workers unless consumers exercise a preference for discrimination in product markets or government's mandates discrimination. True, false?
true.
Right, Mirko?
Yeah. I think, yeah, true.
Because only government and customer can allow this discrimination. Employer cannot do that. But which market?
Competitive.
Monopoly
Market.
and
Remember,
monopoly.
not monopoly, only competitive.
Oh wait, so can you repeat again before class finished?
Okay. Only competitive markets, employer cannot discriminate. Then who can discriminate?
Only consumers and government.
Only consumer and government will mandate or will require discrimination. Otherwise, employer cannot. And which market? Only competitive. Right? So other markets, we don't have yet research, but other markets, employer, they can discriminate. Then we need to see that. Monopoly can discriminate, yes. Monopolistic competition, yes. The monopolistic, the oligopoly, yes, their employers can discriminate. But competitive market, employer cannot discriminate. Right? So that's all for today's class. Any question yet? Please do ask. If no, then we will be ending our class here. So there is no assignment for this class, this chapter. So in our next class, we will be talking about how the market price of inputs of the labor, market price of input to the production are going to set, right? So we talk about over there. So that is fairly not very long chapter, very small chapter. So we will be finishing in our next class, and in next class we will be talking about paper pattern and all the stuff, right, regarding the midterm. Regarding the final term. So that's all. So until next week, take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.
Also,
Thank you.
okay, you too,
Bye-bye.
sir. Have a nice
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.